Are we on the internet? I'm the only JabberGluck, I think. Hi, I'm Jay Carter at JabberGluck on Twitter, and you're listening to JabberJibber. Hello and welcome to our video. Today we are describing how to create a random generated character using the Grimoire Random Generator and then loading that onto our other spreadsheet where we through and make a Who's Who video. Come along and I'll show you what that's like. Right, so here we are. I just wanted to show you a little bit of my process. I am working on my NPC class archetypes sheet, as you can see. Here we have our exemplars. We've got our Dawn Herald, Radiant Watcher, Emissary of Peace, Sentinel of Peace, Dauntless, Gnostic, Lightsworn. We've also done a couple down here from this lower list. All of these are what I call exemplars of the light. They all worship the light or some angelic form of deity. Over here in my light exemplar sheet, I have Dawn Heralds here, Light Watcher, Radiant Watchers, Emissary of Peace, Sentinel of Peace, Dauntless, Gnostic, Lightsworn, Priest of Vitality, Priest of Obedience, Knight of Justice. And then here we've got the last one that I did here was after the Knight of Justice was going to be the Angelborn. I have my Knight of Justice. This is the what I call the Gold Eagle Shield Knight because he's got a shield on his back. The next one in line would be a Minor Angel. So this is a being with silver skin and gold silk thread cloak, translucent wings, and so forth. And these are what I call the Angelborn, those divine soul sorcerers who have started to manifest angelic abilities and forms. So we have the Angelborn here. And then we're going to get the next one in line. So Priest of the Blazing Sword. This is Nahiri from a game, I think it's called Arena of the Planeswalkers. That's probably it. And this is Nahiri. She's a Magic the Gathering character. She's got a big flaming sword and a cool outfit. And I've decided that she is a Priest of the Blazing Sword. She is a Forge Cleric. So in order to match up this mini with a randomized character, I'm going to go over here to my Grimoire campaign setting random generator. So here's my peoples. I don't need sorcerer, I need cleric. So we're going to start by making her a cleric. She's going to stay at level 20. And I'm going to check my archetype sheet. It says this here, the background is going to be a soldier. Okay, so she's going to have a soldier background. That makes sense for the character. And then any details that would come out of that are going to be based on that background, any background abilities, that is. Is she Aasimar? I don't know. She looks like she's awfully pale skinned. You know what? I've sort of painted a race of folk who are especially tall, white skinned, etc. after the Goliath race. They aren't Goliaths in the D&D sense. They're Goliaths in the sense that in my campaign setting they're basically half angels, but not in the Aasimar sense. They're just giants. They're half giants. So we're going to make her a Goliath, and I'm not sure which one we should make her. I don't know that Goliath actually even has a subrace. I think this just is. And then what is our alignment? Comes up lawful evil. Ooh, that's interesting. But what we know about the Forge clerics, what do we call them over here in the archetype? The Blazing Sword. The Priest of the Blazing Sword is that they worship angelic powers. So they're not going to be evil, but I will go ahead and accept that lawful. We'll call it lawful good. And then we'll come down here and we have a couple of other things to specify. Number one, we need a cleric archetype, and that cleric archetype is going to be Forge because that follows what we were looking for in the archetype sheet. Then who do they worship? Well, based on their alignment up here, lawful good, you'll end up having this little thing down here is going to show you some options. So here we have some options. We have Bahamut or whatever, random tier. That makes sense. So we're going to go ahead and select tier. And as you can see, it randomly generates everything. Every time I select something new, it's going to generate a character based on that selection. Okay, so here I am at Pithani, Keen Leaper, Anagialii. I'm going to pretend that I know how to say that. Now, there are a couple of things I want to make sure of just to be sure that I have something that matches our mini. I could easily change out the weapon, so I'm not super worried about that. But the shield and the mithril armor maybe doesn't quite match up. I guess the mithril armor could be representative of this gold stuff that she's wearing, so that might be good. The Mace of Disruption is a magic item, though, and if I'm going to have a Mace of Disruption, I want to have something else that makes sense. I don't want to just make it an arbitrary sort of sword of disruption. I want something that makes sense with the mini. So I'm going to go ahead and I choose a random sort of empty cell, and I hit backspace, and it gives me something new. Because the whole goal here is to come up with a character at random, but one that matches the mini. And if we can't match the mini, it doesn't make much sense. Staff of Charming, that doesn't make much sense. Okay, what we'll do is we'll go in and replace that staff with some other thing, maybe a randomly generated thing. So I'm going to go ahead and just copy all of these cells, go over to my NPC workshop, and I'm going to I'm using the Control-Shift-V version of paste. What that does is it inserts only the information and not the code, right? Not the formulas that make what I'm pasting. So that is that, and then I'm going to go ahead and just I'm working on a Chromebook. You could right click on your machine, but I use two fingers and tap. And we're going to copy to existing spreadsheet, and we're going to put it over, and it's right up here, Who's Who Light Exemplars. So Who's Who Light Exemplars. And I'll just select that sheet, and it copies over to the sheet. Yay, we did that right. And you can see I have a new tab here for copy of NPC Workshop from the other spreadsheet. And this is Keothi Threadfinder Lykoviatha. There we go. That's interesting. This is a Priest of the Blazing Sword. So here we are. We're going to call this, just double tap here, Blazing Sword. That way I can remember. And we'll come back to this Blazing Sword when we're ready to do a Who's Who video. We'll come right back here and we'll take a look at what we've got, and we'll make whatever modifications we need to. So that's how my process works. We go over here to the class archetype page. We find the one we're working on. We come over here to the Grimoire Random Generator. We look at the people tab. We put in the specifications we need, class, background, gender, race, subrace, alignment, and then we specify the class archetype and what that character worships. Once we're done with that, we, of course, just double check to see if the weapon and armor makes sense. Select all of these cells, copy them over into the NPC workshop where the formatting is already ready for us, and then we just duplicate or copy that to another spreadsheet. That's it. We did it. We went through and showed you how to create a randomly generated character using the Grimoire Random Generator, how to copy that over and make it available to create a Who's Who video character. Now that you've seen my process, I hope you can come along with me as I create more Who's Who videos for characters that have been randomly generated for the Athanasia world in the Grimoire campaign setting. Thanks so much, and I hope you'll join me for the next one. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, like and subscribe like always, and we'll see you later. Hello, my name is Jay Carter, and try that again.